You wake up, look in the mirror, and decide that today is the day everything changes. You're going to get your diet perfectly under control. But somehow, week after week, the calendar slams back to Monday and you find yourself starting completely over from scratch. The pattern is intensely predictable. Monday and Tuesday feature strict discipline. You eliminate all carbohydrates, push through punishing high-intensity workouts, and maybe skip lunch entirely to force the scale to move as quickly as possible. By Thursday, the cracks begin to show. A deep, heavy physical exhaustion sets in. Your mental focus frays, leaving you staring blankly at your computer screen, waiting for the workday to end. Then comes Friday night. The accumulated pressure snaps. You consume thousands of calories in a single sitting. Pizza, ice cream, whatever is in the pantry.
You wake up Saturday morning weighed down by guilt, convinced you've ruined your progress, and vow to punish yourself, starting next Monday. We treat this cycle as a moral failure. We tell ourselves we lack discipline or willpower. The truth is much more mechanical. This loop is a highly evolved, predictable physiological trap, one that actively forces your body to hoard belly fat. To understand why the weekend binge happens, we have to look at how human biology reacts to a sudden, severe drop in calories. Our bodies are running on ancient hardware designed to survive harsh winters and scarce resources. Dr. Giles Yeo, an expert in the genetics of obesity and brain biology at the University of Cambridge, has spent decades researching the complex signaling network between our digestive system and our brain. His research points to a clear mechanism. The human brain instinctively hates losing weight. When you suddenly cut your calories in half on a Monday, your brain does not know you are trying to fit into a swimsuit. It assumes you have entered a life-threatening famine. This chart tracks leptin, the fullness hormone. As you radically restrict intake, your leptin plummets, flipping a neurological panic switch. To keep you alive, your body slashes your basal metabolic rate. You burn significantly less energy just sitting still. By trying to forcefully starve the fat away, you reprogram your own biology. You train your system to operate on fewer calories and fiercely guard every remaining ounce of energy you have. Place that starving, panicked system into modern society. You're sitting in traffic, managing tight deadlines, rushing through crowded airports, and severely lacking sleep. Combining chronic daily lifestyle stress with the acute physical trauma of a restrictive diet triggers a massive release of cortisol. This is your body's primary stress hormone, signaling that you are under constant, immediate threat. Cortisol alters your body composition. High levels shift fat storage from the soft layer beneath your skin deep into your abdomen, around internal organs. This visceral fat is highly metabolically active, breaking down rapidly for energy to escape predators. Today, however, you aren't sprinting away from a predator. You are sitting at a desk. That tightly packed visceral fat creates a hard belly that pumps out inflammatory chemicals, linking directly to chronic conditions like diabetes and heart disease. So the biological trap is set. By Friday evening, your metabolism has slowed to a crawl to conserve energy, and your cortisol levels have peaked from a week of stress and starvation. At this precise moment, your brain forcefully overrides your conscious willpower. It drives an insatiable craving for the most calorie-dense, fattiest foods available. Logic fails because your primal survival instinct has taken the wheel. Because your system is locked in a panicked, slow metabolism survival state, the thousands of calories you consume over the weekend aren't burned off. They are immediately locked away directly into those newly primed visceral fat cells. To lose belly fat permanently, you have to break this cycle. You cannot trick the system. You have to step entirely outside of the famine response by lowering the physiological stress on your body. The first law of thermodynamics states that energy cannot be created or destroyed. In human terms, a calorie deficit is non-negotiable. To lose weight, you must expend more energy than you consume. Physics dictates the rule, but biology dictates exactly how you apply it. If you cut too aggressively, the brain fights back. This scale visualizes the sustainable approach. Instead of slashing your intake by 1,000 calories, aim for a gentle, moderate deficit of around 500 calories a day. This is enough to trigger steady fat loss without sounding the starvation alarm in your brain. While you maintain that moderate deficit, incorporate regular strength training and consume adequate amounts of protein.
This ensures your body burns fat while protecting and building your metabolically active muscle tissue. Prioritizing whole, unprocessed foods does double duty. Converting whole protein into usable energy requires your digestive system to burn significantly more calories in the process, naturally keeping you full and satisfied. Stop punishing yourself for biological mechanisms working exactly as they were designed. Step off the Monday hamster wheel. Build a sustainable routine that prioritizes consistency over intensity, and give your body the safety it needs to finally let the fat go.